The M417 carbine is basically a pocket NVO. Has the same damage values, same range drop-offs, same fire rate. So 654 rounds per minute, 3-shot kill within 10 meters. So 183 millisecond time to kill. Very fast time to kill. That's going to be its best strength. Very good up close. But drops off to a 4-shot kill from 10 to 20 meters, 275 millisecond time to kill. Just okay there. And then drops to a 5-shot kill from 20 to 75 meters, 367 milliseconds. Again, just okay there. And then super long range, 75 meters plus, it's going to be a 6-shot kill, 459 millisecond time to kill. Pretty slow there, so not going to be the best at long range. Definitely going to be more for the close to mid range, but very good up close. Decent enough at the mid range. Has good enough recoil to still be effective at those medium ranges, whereas some of the other weapons definitely have a bit too much recoil, but you can stretch the range a little bit farther with the M417. So this is the build that I'm liking here. Same as always. Got the light and suppressor. Fully hides in-world spotting. Keeps you off the minimap outside of 15 meters. But within 15 meters, nothing you can do about it. But outside of 15 meters, it's a little bit more flanky. Can be a little bit more sneaky. This also reduces recoil buildup and improves recoil recovery at the cost of hipfire accuracy. So the best suppressor you can have. If you have the points for it, definitely worth making the points work. We got the extended barrel, increases bullet velocity, so 750 instead of 600. And then slightly faster ADS. Doesn't really change depending on the barrels, but we got the slim angle grip, slightly reduces recoil, increases weapon draw speed, and enables faster ADS. So that brings it down from 200 to 167, a little bit more snappy. We have standard 20 round mag. Standard ammunition, red laser for slightly better hipfire without giving away your position, because blue and green lasers show up to enemies, and then whichever sight you prefer. I like the Miniflex 1.0, but that's going to be personal preference. So, good enough recoil. Going to have to burst and tap at 70 meters, but 50 meters you can full auto spray, 35 and 20, and then good enough hipfire within 10 meters. So we have all the stats here. Standard stats for carbines, 200 ADS, 600 bullet velocity, so it's going to be a little bit slower bullet velocity than the NVO, but not too much. And then the 20 round mag, that's going to be the main drawback, whereas the NVO has a 30 round mag. But it is slightly faster handling, but it's going to come at the cost of slower bullet velocity and less magazine capacity. So 33 damage out to 10 meters, 3-shot kill, 27.3 out to 20 meters, 4-shot kill. And then 5-shot out to 75, and then 6-shot beyond that. You do have 2-shot headshot potential with hollow points within 10 meters, but very close range only. Not going to be super beneficial beyond that. Look at that shots to kill here. So yeah, it's going to take the same shots to kill with hollow points at every other range besides within 10 meters, and then super long range you can get 4-shot kill versus 5-shot kill with hollow points, 75 meters plus. And then headshots required, so standard headshots don't help you within 10 meters, but you can get the 2-shot headshot with hollow points, but then it's going to require 2 headshots mixed with body shots, whether it's hollow point or regular, to lower the shots to kill within 35 meters, and then 35 to 75, you can only need 2 headshots mixed with body shots versus 3 headshots mixed with body shots with standard ammunition to lower the shots to kill. And then super long range, same thing, but you can get that 4-shot headshot if all shots are going to be headshots, but not very realistic at 75 meters plus unless you're tap firing, and you're not going to be getting that super fast time to kill anyway if you do that. If we look at time to kill compared within the class, within carbines, decent DPS. So the highest DPS is going to be the SG553 at 401. So that's 37 lower, not too bad there. Very good up close within the carbines, within 50 milliseconds of the fastest out to 20 meters. So fastest is going to be the SG553 again. That's 16 milliseconds slower, barely noticeable there. 25 milliseconds slower there, barely noticeable, but then 20 meters plus, that's where it falls off a little bit more. 367 milliseconds compared to 250 on the M277. 117 milliseconds, that's quite a big difference. You're going to notice that for sure. M277 kills very, very fast at longer ranges. And then 75 meters plus, 459, again, slow compared to the M277. 126 milliseconds slower. But M277 has a bit harsher recoil, so you're probably not going to be getting those super fast time to kills at super long range. Whereas the M417 has a little bit better recoil, but at the same time, still not going to be super laser beamy at longer ranges either. Still going to have to burst and tap. Look at the graph here on the carbines. M417 is green. So very good up close within 20 meters, but then falls off at that medium range. So in between, not the best, not the worst for the carbines, right in the middle. Then time to kill compared all the weapons. Again, very good up close within 10 meters. So 33 milliseconds slower than the fastest SEW10. So very good up close, but at those longer ranges, that's where it falls off harder. So 10 meters plus, it's going to struggle a little bit. It's still competitive, but not the greatest. It's a little on the slower side, 275 compared to 167. That's over 100 milliseconds, 108 milliseconds slower there. Definitely noticeable. TR7 is going to outperform by quite a bit within that 20 meter range. And then 20 to 75 meters, again, 117 milliseconds slower than the TR7 and the M277. So it might start to overtake the TR7 at the longer ranges, 50 meters plus, because the TR7 has quite a bit of recoil, but M277 is still pretty good out to about 70 meters. So M417 has slightly better recoil, but not super beamy out to 70 meters, but super long range should be better, but you're still going to have to burst and tap. And then super long range falls off compared to the M250, 267 compared to 459, almost 200 milliseconds slower there. And the M250 has pretty good recoil too, so M250 is definitely going to outperform at longer ranges. And then if we look at time to kill with aim down sights added to the equation, carbines are going to perform a little bit better since they have faster handling. SMGs are going to perform the best since they have the fastest, whereas slower handling like assault rifles and LMGs especially are going to fall off more. So you definitely don't want to be sprinting around and running straight into enemies with the slower handling weapons, but carbines are a little bit better for that. You're able to be a little bit more aggressive without being punished too hard with the aim down sights, but M417 is still not going to be the greatest there. Just going to be okay. It's also comparing with the shotguns, so nothing's going to compete with the shotguns within 10 meters. And then we got RedSec, so I'm not going to cover RedSec anymore because DICE just released an info sheet on how they do the damage in RedSec, and it's very, very complicated, very unintuitive, so it doesn't really make sense to try to figure it all out. So basically, the way that it works is armor extends the damage ranges by 10 meters, but only gives damage reduction within the first damage range. And then it's not consistent per weapon either. So it lowers the damage, but it varies depending on the weapon. So it lowers it more for faster firing weapons to supposedly match like some of the slower firing weapons at the second damage drop off range. So it's really, really complicated. Doesn't make any sense why they did it that way, but it is what it is. So it's not going to worry too much about Gauntlet and RedSec anymore unless they simplify things to make more sense. So yeah, M417 is a very good gun overall. If you like the NVO, you're definitely going to like the M417 as well. Only main differences are going to be the 20 round mag compared to 30 round magazine capacity, and then slightly slower bullet velocity but slightly better handling. So I still would probably prefer the NVO just because 30 round mag is going to be a lot more significant than a 20 round mag versus slightly faster handling. But still very good gun overall, still very fun to use. Very good up close, but not the greatest at the medium to long range, but still usable there. So decent enough time to kill, decent enough recoil to still be effective, but definitely going to struggle a little bit against the faster killing weapons in that medium range for sure. And then longer range still can be effective, but again, not the greatest there either. So if you're fighting against the better guns at those ranges, you're definitely going to lose, but very versatile overall because of that very fast time to kill up close, and then still usable at medium range. So good overall, balanced, usable in pretty much any situation. And then obviously HK417, so I'm a fan of HK guns. They look cool, they sound cool, so can't go wrong with the M417. But yeah, let me know down in the comments if you're using the M417, if you're liking it, what attachments you're running and finding success with. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.